Welcome to the new podcast, episode number 103. My name is Steven. I am joined, as always, by producer and co-host extraordinaire, my man.
Hello,
Kelly. Let's get to it. Had a little bit of a hiatus here. We needed some time off. So had some relaxation. Flew to Hawaii. A little bit of Punta Cana, Mexico. Rounding out the trip, our worldwide coronavirus trip in Cuba, and then back home to the main base here. What a vacation we had. Socially distanced, of course, with our private jet. Am I right, Kelly?
hell yeah. I don't want to get corona on a public flight.
Ugh, disgusting. But I digress. We are back in the saddle again. Loved being back on the airwaves again here for you fans out there. The letters of support coming in. Wondering where we were. We're very nice, and we're trying to get back to everyone with their. Everyone sending actual mail, which is very weird. Very, very weird. Maybe that's to go to say how old our fan base is. But hey, young or old, we're getting it done here at the New Podcast.
I received a message by pigeon and telegraph.
I want a fucking singing telegram. That's what I want. I want one of those singing telegrams. Where it's like, you know, they're like calling to say like a relative had died or something like that, but it's all like cheery song and shit.
Yeah, like on Family Guy when they're like singing about bad news, like the doctors would have the
the barbershop quartet. Yeah. That's good stuff. That could be a new thing.
You could be a new got thing. The AIDS.
Oh boy, it could be a whole thing. I know in Japan they have like a special service of people that go clean out houses after someone's died in it because it's like such a stigma over there of death and, you know, souls and that type of thing that there's like no one wants to do it, and especially all the items in the house have like they have the souls trapped in them too afterwards. It's a whole huge thing with someone dying, and no one wants to buy the house afterwards. If someone has died in a house, that house will sit there and rot forever. It's a very serious thing over there. It's very interesting. I watched this whole Vice documentary on it. This one dude who goes around, cleaning up people's houses after they die and selling the contents because no one wants to touch it. The family members, no one wants to inherit the items in the house because they're cursed after that. It's very, very interesting. But mix that in with your barbershop quartet of bad news. You got one hell of a business on your hands, I tell you what. Business ideas, breaking down MMA news, and talking some video games. You know we're going to talk some video games. We had one hell of a fight. I was a hater. I'm going to say this. I was a hater on the Tyson Roy Jones Jr. fight. I was a hater. It exceeded my expectations because my expectations were incredibly low. We'll talk about that at the end of the show. Break down the UFC as well that went down. Not a great card, a coronavirus-stricken card, as I'm sure we're going to see with the surging numbers, really, Kelly, all over the world. Even our perfect little slice of heaven here in the lower mainland of BC is, you know, we're really starting to see a turn for the worst when it comes to COVID numbers. We'll get through it, and I think as far as if you look at other countries, other provinces, other states, and other areas, we're still on the lower end with just, you know, but that's not saying much of how this is going now. I think the biggest problem right now is all these, we didn't have any street fight news because everyone's locked up in quarantine, so there was no street fights to watch. Now we're seeing mask fights, people fighting over their right to not wear a mask. It's taken to a whole nother level, and we're starting to see some backlash for that. Wear the goddamn mask. You know what I mean? We're gonna get through this.
Yeah.
It is so hard. If you don't want to go to Walmart and follow the rules, then don't wear the mask. And I remember someone saying like, "Oh, it's my right to do what I want with my body." Then don't wear a seatbelt. Don't wear a seatbelt in your car. You know, what about no shoes, no shirt, no service, Kelly?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gonna walk into your store naked?
Yeah, it's my right.
It's my right to walk around naked. Really, it's the exact same fucking thing. Just wear the damn mask, man.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. Just wear the mask. if you have a problem with it, you want to come with some fake ass story. You gotta you know what I mean, that you have a medical condition that doesn't allow you to wear a mask, but you're gonna go and pound fucking three cheeseburgers and then not drink an ounce of water for fucking a month, and you want to claim that you got some kind of health condition. Yeah, it's called being a lazy piece of shit.
Oh shit!
That's why you can't breathe properly, and you need one of those sleep apnea machines to go to bed. Give me a break. If you don't want to do that, then order your shit online. Online shit is blowing up right now.
Steven's holding nothing back.
I've had a lot of time all uncorked up here.
That's funny.
But still, I digress. That's all I'm saying. This whole fucking thing sucks.
No, I agree. Like if you're gonna go to somebody's place of business and they have certain rules around clothing, whether it be shoes or a mask, then follow them. Yeah, I totally agree. Or just fucking don't go there.
And you don't go there. Exactly.
It's not complicated.
No, it isn't at all. That's what I'm confused by. That's why I'm incredibly confused by this whole fucking thing. You know what I mean? But to straight up strike a person, to get an assault charge because they asked you to put on a mask. That's why I'm fucked up. That's what I'm trying to wrap my head around. You know what I mean? You're straight gonna put your hands on another person because they asked you to wear a mask. It's just mind-boggling.
I think with like America, most people are at a 10 right now with tension already.
Yeah,
with the
exactly.
Thing. And then I think people are just looking for a reason to fight right now.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. But with these people, you can just see when they're going into these public settings.
Yeah.
And you can just see these people that aren't wearing a mask. They're asking for it. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're asking for it, and they're looking for it. I think that's like what you said, Kelly. They're looking to scrap. They just want some social contact. Yeah. And that's going to be some fisticuffs. Then that's what they'll take.
Because they want to make the mask political.
Yeah.
It's my rights instead of let's just do that and try to keep everyone safe. Who cares?
Yeah.
Whether it works or not, fucking people feel better about it. Let's just do it.
Exactly.
And they're trying to make it political, and it's just really fucking stupid. Yeah.
Exactly. Don't wear it at home. Don't wear it in your car. You don't have to wear it if you're walking around. But if you go to Walmart or Superstore or someplace, just put the damn thing on. Like I said, it makes me look cooler. I think I look cool as shit with it on. You know what I mean? I remember talking to a guy at work about it, and for Halloween, for probably 5 years, you know what I mean? I went trick-or-treating probably till I was 13. Easily 5 years in a row, I was a fucking ninja for Halloween. And I was talking to another guy at work about this. He's like, yeah, me too. I love ninjas as a kid. You know, now I can be a ninja out in real life. You know what I mean? With, minus the ninja stars and jumping around. But I can look like one of these. But I digress. I had to get it off my chest. You know what I mean? I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of talking about it. Tired of hearing about it. I just want to move on. And I think with the vaccine talk, we'll get through this, Kelly. We're going to get through this. And, you know what I mean? I think come this time next year, I think we'll be back to normal. I'm going to say fall of next year, at late fall, 2021. I think we'll be through this, and we'll be back to going to concerts. We'll be back to going to to watching fights, to hanging out with our buddies, and normal life again. But now let's get to some. Oh, hold on a second, Kelly. Hold on. How was your weekend? How was your week, man?
It's pretty good. I just watched the Tyson fight.
Nice.
And played lots of lots of Apex Legends on the PC.
Cool.
Yeah. That's about it.
Yeah. I know there's not really much you can do. I did much of the same last few weeks too, and just hung around, played a lot of video games, chilled out just with the kids, and there's not a whole heck of a lot you can really do. You know what I mean? Just sedentary life right now. Go to work, come home, cook, clean, and play video games. Really, you know what I mean? That's about it. But nothing else though, Kelly? You sure nothing else happened?
Nothing else.
Okay. Damn. Let's talk some MMA news. I think one of the biggest announcements came down this week after his quick win last week. Stevenson Figueiredo will be taking on Brandon Moreno, headlining UFC 256. Stevenson, coming off his super quick submission, to hold on to his belt, getting the defense, not getting the fight of the night bonus, but Dana White handing him a bag full of cash later on, just stacks upon stacks of dough later on.
Which
in the week.
just happened to be in Dana's pocket at the time. He didn't even have to pull it out.
He had a $50,000 bill.
Yeah. It's like, I was gonna give this to the waitress, but I'm gonna give it to him instead.
But what a dude who's really catapulted, the 125-pound division into relevancy, really, Kelly. This dude has really put the division on the map with what? Quick finishes, Kelly. The dude has just been lights out nonstop. And obviously with his, another super quick submission over the next toughest guy in the world. He was supposed to fight Cody Garbrandt. Cody Garbrandt goes down still, having health problems due to complications with the coronavirus, COVID-19. We see, Deeps and Figueiredo just really carving his own path. And, I'm really liking this dude a lot. Really, like I said, man, he's made 125 watchable. And the only dude he's lost to, Juicier Formiga, was cut by the UFC a few weeks back as well. So really, no one going to be standing in his way. His last decision came against Alexandre Pantoja, who's one hell of a great fighter. He beats Tim Elliott, beats Joseph Benavides by TKO, and then getting the rear naked choke over Joseph Benavides, and now another quick submission, in under 2 minutes. Getting the guillotine over Alex Perez. That was a nasty guillotine, too. And Brandon Moreno, he was on the same card as well, looked really good. And I think this is going to be a good showing. It really, there really is no one else at 125 right now. It just makes sense to have Brandon Moreno in that fight. Brandon Moreno showed like a really strong game in his last showing against Brandon Royval. Brandon Royval was super tough, super up and coming dude. Just an unfortunate shoulder dislocation mid fight. Brought him to an end, but Moreno was just all over him, nonstop wrestling, great stand up, and great wrestling. He's coming off of 3 wins as well, not as flashy fashion, though he actually has a loss against Andre Pantoja. So we see Figueiredo who has a win over a dude, and then we see Moreno with a loss to that dude. Does that fight science always pan out? Not always, but still you would have to give that as a X on Moreno and a plus on Deveson. So. Obviously, that huge win over Brandon Royval, it skyrocketed him to the title. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve to be there. 100%, he deserves to be there, and I am elated to see this fight go down. I cannot wait, and to see a huge, quick turnaround. I think this could be one of those things where it could be the fastest title defense in UFC history. Obviously, his last fight was 2 minutes, and he pieced the dude up. But I can't wait to see this one go down. I got to go Figueiredo for this one. Hot hand. He's definitely going to take the win. Who do you think takes that one, Kelly?
Figueiredo.
Yeah, exactly. Super easy one to call on that one. But
they should have a league where it's just like the only rules are you just have to plant and land.
We'll just stand. There's little spots on the floor where you have to keep your feet.
It's like 2 squares.
Yeah.
And if you get knocked out of a square, you lose a fight, and that's the whole thing.
Okay. It's like kind of like reverse sumo wrestling a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You just gotta I guess kicking would be okay. You know what? Push kicks wouldn't be good because it'd be too easy. Right?
Yeah. No push kicks. Everyone would be push kicking.
Yeah, exactly. It has to be like strikes to the sides, like hooks and like switch kicks and.
Okay, I like it.
Shit like that. Yeah.
I like it a lot.
The first person to get knocked out or knocked out of the box loses.
Yeah, as soon as any part of you touches outside of the box.
That'd be super exciting.
I think you're on to something.
And yellow cards for not throwing.
How about this? It's almost like it's two circles overlapping with a little bit of an overlap in the middle. There you go. Yeah, this could be something.
And if you get yellow cards for stalling.
Yeah, like hiding in the corner of your square. This could be something. That's not bad. I like it. I know that's the thing. You gotta have the ref forcing the fight, like constantly on their asses to keep striking.
You'd have to get some pretty crazy fighters.
Death box.
Death box 2021.
You gotta come up with something. That's what I've really noticed. I was gonna kind of talk about it. We can talk about it now. Is that kind of like the freak show fights? That have been going on in 2020 right now. We saw, the second event of the circus MMA, the circus fights. Yeah. We saw that one go down a few weeks ago too. And you know what was pretty bad, honestly. It was pretty bad. And the 3-on-1 fight was stupid. The 2-on-1 fight is stupid. These little dudes they're getting to fight the one guy, they came with a game plan. These guys know how to throw punches. They're claiming these guys don't fight. These guys know how to fight. And I think that's the problem, because these dudes are, when they're getting ganged up by two little dudes, these two little dudes are just kicking the fucking shit out of them. Because one guy's going low and one guy's going high every single fucking time.
All right, so what you do, you got to get celebrities. That's what it seems to be selling, like the whole Jake Paul and stuff. So, you get like former like football players or like basketball players. Just this overall freaks of nature, even strongman, doesn't matter.
I like strongman being thrown in the mix, absolutely.
Yeah, so you get those guys and you put them in those circles. I don't know, like Circle of Life MMA, something like that.
Circle of Life.
You got to stay in it to stay alive, right? So then, you just like these celebrities, freaks of nature, just going at it.
I like it. I like it a lot. It's almost like a battle royale version of fighting.
Yeah. Oh man, you have teams. Too bad teams. No, that's gonna get too complicated.
This keeps getting better and better. I love it. Exactly. Celebrities, exactly. It could be next show on fucking Fox, NBC. Lots of brain damage.
CTE.
CTE box.
CTE box 2021.
But also on UFC 256, huge announcement: Tony Ferguson will be taking on none other than Charles "Dubronx" Oliveira. Charles Oliveira wanted a top 5 dude, and he got it. And Tony Ferguson, he deserves it. Charles Oliveira, 8-fight win streak, totally deserves this shot against the top 5 gatekeeper and Tony Ferguson. If you can beat Tony Ferguson, you're basically next in line to get a title shot. And if Tony Ferguson beats you, he'll get the title shot. So he's just that dude who's always in the top, always in the mix, top 3, easily, like I said, top 5 gatekeeper, I think, is just how tight and how tough 155 is right now. We have Tony Ferguson, sitting proudly atop, challenging all comers, and we have one hell of a guy knocking on that door in Charles Oliveira. I like this matchup a ton. Is it a huge step up in competition for Charles Oliveira? Absolutely, but he had no problem and did not hesitate to sign on the dotted line when that contract got slid underneath his nose to sign. He had no choice but to sign it. And I love it. I absolutely love it. Going to be going down in quick turnaround. December 12th, we'll be seeing that card. That's only a few weeks away.
I got Tony Ferguson on that one.
I got to go Oliveira. I love Oliveira right now, how hot he is. Tony Ferguson's kind of had a bit of a few setbacks here. I love Oliveira just so much, Really, the only setback is obviously Justin Gaethje and his mental problems, too. We haven't really seen, with the Donald Cerrone fight was a bit weird. The Anthony Pettis fight was a good win. But El Kakui, being as crazy as his nickname would suggest, does he have it mentally?
I just, I've only seen him lose once against one of the best.
Yeah.
So I got to go with him.
Absolutely.
He has losses, obviously, but
of course,
not in fucking years.
No, exactly. He had like the longest win streak at 155 I probably ever.
Yeah.
Especially to hold that in the UFC. That's huge.
So it's hard for me to bet against him.
Yeah. I'm just betting against him, keep it interesting.
I think it's kind of like the Dominic Reyes thing, where it's like Dominic, he had a bad fight last time, but I don't think that's how he usually fights.
No.
So, yeah, I got to go with Tony.
Let's do it. You heard it here first.
Charles.
I'm gonna go with Oliveira just because I'll always love the Brazilian dudes. We gotta love the Brazilian dudes, and I think it's a flip of a coin, really. But exactly, if you got to go resume to resume, Tony Ferguson's resume is much more impressive.
Yeah.
Card is good. I cannot wait for that card. It is one hell of a stacked card. UFC 256. We'll break it down a little bit later, but man, that's going to be one hell of a stacked card coming up. Yeah, I'm going to just talk about it now. I've got to get this off my chest, man. It has to do with this. It has to do with Tony Ferguson a little bit. Michael Chandler. Who the fuck do you think you are, man? Seriously. He thinks he's going to come in the UFC, and he thinks he can pick and choose who he wants to fight, Kelly? You're a fucking Bellator castaway. Buddy, stay in your motherfucking lane. You're soon going to be fighting in PFL once you go through the fucking UFC ring and every dude dummies the shit out of you. Seriously, you better hope you can beat fucking Palmer in PFL, because he's about the same style as you, a fucking super boring ass wrestler who's knocked out a few fucking no names. Well, you knocked out fucking Benson Henderson. Benson Henderson lost his last fight against a fucking nobody. You know what I mean? And Benson Henderson was a castaway from the UFC as well. But for Michael Chandler to come out and say, you know, when I think it was 2 weeks ago, you know, Rafael Dos Anjos, you know, his opponent backed out. I can't remember some fucking some Russian dude backs out of the fight. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. And everyone was saying this is Michael Chandler's fight. He turns it down. He turns down Rafael Dos Anjos and says, no, I'm not fighting Rafael Dos Anjos. How the fuck can you say that to Rafael Dos Anjos? How the fuck could you say that? A dude who was a major contender at 170, a guy who has always been a contender at 155, returns to 155 and gets a great showing against Paul Felder. Balls Paul Felder. That's never been a question of Paul Felder not having balls. And for him to step up into that position to take the fight was huge. But Michael Chandler's going to turn down a fight against the biggest gate. You want to come over here and say you're going to do this, you're going to do fucking that? Beat Rafael Dos Anjos, and then we'll fucking talk. But no, you fucking turn the fight down. You turn the fight down. And then he also says, no, I'm not fighting Tony Ferguson this year as well. No, I'm not fighting Tony Ferguson. You know, and that's when we get this, the signing of Tony Ferguson versus Charles Oliveira.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not going to fight Tony Ferguson this year. Maybe next year I'll fight Tony Ferguson. You won't be in the fucking UFC next year, you fucking idiot. This guy is just the dumbest piece of shit I've ever seen. To come over with that shitty Bellator record, you got knocked out a bunch of times. You know what I mean? Sure, you beat Eddie Alvarez, you beat Patricky Pitbull, and you beat Benson Henderson. Big fucking whoop, man. Big fucking deal. And now you're going to come over to 155, which is the deepest and toughest division in the UFC right now, and pick and choose. You aren't picking and choosing because you think you're good. You're picking and choosing because you're fucking scared. You're a scared little fucking bitch. That's exactly what it is here, Michael Chandler. That's all it is, man. That's seriously what it is. You're fucking afraid. You're afraid. UFC is always about fighting the top guys. You turn down Rafael Dos Anjos, and you turn down Tony Ferguson, and you say, nope, I'm going to fight Conor McGregor or Dustin Poirier, whoever wins that fight. So you're just going to come in and say, no, I'm fighting, you know what I mean? What if Conor McGregor wins that fight? Conor McGregor never lets people pick and choose who he wants to fight. You know what I mean? So are we going to wait for a whole fucking year? Conor McGregor only fights every 2 years, too.
Yeah.
So what if Conor McGregor wins that fight? You're going to say, no, I'm fighting Conor McGregor, nothing else. That's it. You're a fucking loser, man. And if you do fight, I just don't see how he gets, sure, you were the replacement bout. You're the only reason why you were the replacement bout because there were so many balls in the air for the 155-pound division. With other people being tied up, fighting for actual spots in the division, and you're going to come over and say, no, I'm a top 5 guy. Get to the fucking back of the line, dude, because you're from Bellator. You're from fucking Bellator.
The only people that became fans in the last couple of years that even know Benson Henderson is the people that seen him on the Anthony Pettis highlight kick.
Exactly.
That's the guy who got kicked in the face.
Exactly. Benson Henderson has never been that great of a fighter. He's a tough dude, you know what I mean? But he's never been the dude like, oh, I love Benson Henderson fights. No one says that. You know what I mean? His trilogy against Frankie Edgar was incredibly boring. A lot of his one of his fights against Michael Chandler was incredibly boring. The dude plays, he has a wrestling style that he likes to, he's a strong wrestler. So, you know what I mean? The fact that you beat him and that's going to be your biggest victory, just seriously, man, check yourself, dude. And it just bothers the shit out of me. This guy from Bellator's coming over trying to pick a shot. And it's just mind fucking boggling. Moving right along, though. UFC coming to town February 13th. Putting on a great show. We have 2 marquee matchups with the 170-pound belt going on the line where Kamaru Usman will be defending against Gilbert Burns. Excited to see that one go down. Gilbert Burns finally getting his title shot after, unceremoniously testing positive for COVID-19 and Jorge Masvidal stepping up to fill the role. we finally get to this matchup, and I think this is easily, with the exception of, Gilbert Burns had such a hot hand earlier in the year, fight after fight after fight, he was winning all these fights. Did this slowing down? Did the virus have any effect on him like it did Cody Garbrandt? Did the virus have no effect on him at all? And can we see? Because I see this as the biggest threat to Kamaru Usman's reign is Gilbert Burns. I really like that one going down. Who do you think takes it finally, Kelly? We see that one.
Oh man, I love Gilbert Burns. I'm just gonna go with him.
Me too. Super awesome fighter, and I can't wait to see that one go down. Another fight on that card as well will be Uriah Hall getting his wish and getting a fight against Chris Weidman. Chris Weidman turning down fighting Kazmat Chimaev, and now he's got another knockout artist on his hands here in Uriah Hall. Chris Weidman's a big 185, and I think Uriah Hall's biggest knock, obviously, is his ground game is atrocious. Could Chris Weidman use his wrestling to basically nullify the flashiness of Uriah Hall's stand-up game? Or do we see another quick knockout here for Uriah Hall, knocking out Chris Weidman, whose jaw has been incredibly suspect, the last few years. He just obviously has not been the same dude who knocked out Anderson Silva, and we will see that one go down. I really like that matchup too. Let's move it to January, where we will see former 145-pound Kingpin and Max Holloway taking on Calvin Kattar, going down January 16th. He'll be headlining a fight night. I can't wait for that one. That is going to be one hell of a matchup. It's good to see Max Holloway kind of step out. It's kind of like the Tony Ferguson thing, where Tony Ferguson was only fighting for these contendership bouts. And, it's tough. It's tough on a dude to just be fighting the top competition every single time. Obviously, there's not a knock on Calvin Kattar for Max Holloway, but it's a dude that's outside the top three, at least that Max Holloway can fight at 145, which is just a better fit for Max Holloway, and I think it's going to be a great fit for Calvin Kattar. But at the end of the day, mark your calendars for this one, because I think Calvin Kattar is going to push the pace, turn Max Holloway into that crazy boxing machine we've seen in the past, and I think we're going to see it's going to be a 5-round war. If you want to bet, man, bet on 5 rounds, and you want to bet high. If you're going to bet on punch count, it's going to be high. I can tell you that much. It's going to be in the 300s plus for both dudes, and this is going to be a great matchup. Cannot wait to see that one go. Max Holloway versus Calvin Kattar. On that one, Kelly, who do you see taking that one, buddy?
Oh man, I don't want to call that one. I don't even know, man.
Yeah, that's a coin flip. That is a perfect example of a coin flip. Tall 145-pounders. Both can get it done with their feet and with their hands.
Yeah.
I don't see it going to the ground. That's for sure. I can see this.
Max, man. So I don't want to bet against him.
Yeah, I know exactly. Max Holloway. He always seems somehow. When you think he's done, he always comes back and puts on a great performance. Man, oh man, great matchup. Too tough to call. Too tough to call. One big announcement. I think it was last week as well, was Fabricio Verdum choosing not to sign with Bellator and goes with PFL. And he said it's where the money's at. He's really hoping for that $1 million finish in the tournament. I think it's a perfect fit for him, really. And I think PFL has finally attracted the type of competition they want to attract. These aging dudes who don't need those early fights. You know what I mean? They'll fight in the series, through the the playoff style and the season style that they have, traditionally like a football or hockey team, but your own person. And I think Verdum's like, yeah, I'm comfortable with that, and all I want to do is get that fucking $1 million. Their heavyweight division sucks, so I think Verdum, you could really smell the paper folding and thought, I got a really good chance of winning $1 million here, and why the hell not? I'm not desperate for the other fights where I'm not making that much, and I'll walk away with $1 million. It's just maybe there just wasn't as many, or maybe was there just not as many suitors out there? Verdum's older, he pisses hot constantly, and did that have a lot to do with it? You know what I mean? The liability too was maybe Bellator not even at the table to send him an offer.
Bellator cut a bunch of people recently, especially like heavyweights.
Yep.
I can't see them wanting to sign Verdum for the same reason they cut most of
Good call, Kelly.
Aging heavyweights anyways.
Good call, and Verdum's already old. I'm pretty sure he's 42.
Yeah, so they probably didn't even offer him like you said. So yeah, he's probably just whatever he got.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Which is probably pretty darn good. But the saddest part of this, we will not be seeing the Fedor rematch for Fedor's retirement bout against Fabricio Verdum, which I would have really wanted to see. I think a lot of other people really wanted to see, and obviously that fight would have only gone down underneath the Bellator banner. It's sad to not see that, because I think he could have won that too. You know, could Fedor have avenged his last loss? Possibly. I doubt it though. But it's just unfortunate, just very unfortunate. We won't be seeing that go down. Whew, a lot to talk about this week here. Just a build up of everything, you know what I mean? Picking and choosing what I want to cut out, obviously a ton. There was, last 2 weeks, there's just nothing but news. Tons and tons of news breaking down here. We're in the end of November, my man. We're in December next week, Kelly. It's fucking...
Yeah, I saw the cops out getting their tickets today, so I knew we were near the end of the month.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
There's so many out there, man.
Really?
When I was driving, there's people pulled over all over the place.
Well, I'm noticing it in the morning a lot.
Yeah.
They're always on the highway. There's always 2 people pulled over in the morning no matter what.
Yeah. Well, you don't speed, you won't get pulled over.
Yeah, exactly. Anything you want to talk about, man? Any news you got rolling around in the old noggin there?
I can't really think of it. There wasn't really any good Black Friday deals, I noticed.
No, I would notice there was more like a Black Friday week.
Yeah,
you know what
it's
I mean?
still kind of going, but it's nothing great.
No. I think all the stores know you have to buy stuff. So.
Yeah, I've been looking for certain things for Christmas, and none of those things are on sale. It's just some bullshit. I don't know, spontaneous buy items.
Pretty much. Yeah, no, pretty much. I agree with you on that, man. Obviously with the Xbox being out now too, that's something maybe we'll talk about. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, PlayStation said they're gonna come with more stock pretty soon.
Yeah,
before the end of the year, so hopefully that comes soon.
They're fucking better. This is ridiculous.
With all the scalpers and everything.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Let's talk about it in the gaming section. I got a whole take on that. But let's talk. Let's talk about reviewing the reviews. Back by popular demand. Reviewing the reviews. Sticking with our coast to coast of Tim Hortons. And we probably got one of the nastiest places on the fucking planet. Tim Hortons in Toronto. The home of Tim Hortons. The shittiest province in the whole goddamn fucking land here. Ontario. The worst ever. And you know what's fucked up about this, Kelly? Tim Hortons sucks coast to coast, except in Toronto. They love Tim Hortons there. It's how fucking backwater, simple, inbreded pieces of shit, wannabe fucking pig town, city fucking slickers you think you guys are. You love Tim Hortons? Disgusting.
I love Toronto.
The tags on this one here. This one here, there's a bunch obviously in Toronto. This one's got a ton. 4 stars, Kelly. 4 stars for Tim Hortons. 1,462 reviews. Not surprising. Simpletons over there could be easily entertained by shitty service of a Tim Hortons.
Wow.
25 tags for donuts. 12 tags for quick service. 11 tags of the night. Just night. Interesting. And 10 tags Lahomas. Let's break it down here. This guy here. This is a perfect example right here. DD, 5 stars, 3 months ago. This guy's got 82 reviews, 159 photos. Had my daily farmer's wrap with bacon and hash browns. The new bacon ad on menu is awesome as well.
Wow.
So I'm saying, easily pleased. Saying, I can add bacon to my sandwich.
T.O. one of a kind. Cornell official.
What? That's what I'm saying, though. It's just like, you're impressed that you can add bacon to a sandwich at a breakfast place. Okay. This one I gotta read too. This is another good review. What the fuck is wrong with this place? I love the reviews of people just taking pictures of everything too. It's like, chill the fuck out. Same with this guy here too.
Oh my god, donuts. Oh my god, bagels. Oh my god, muffins. Oh my god, cream cheese.
He's got a picture of his half-eaten. I don't even know what the fuck that is. It looks like his half-eaten bagel.
Yeah, it's
and
his beard in
people.
there.
He's got people in the lineup he's taking a picture of too.
Wow. Look,
good
there's
move.
people that come here and order stuff
Good
like
move.
me.
JH 81 reviews, 622 photos. So this guy's a grade A psycho, Kelly. 4 stars though. I like the 4-star. 11 months ago, so pre-pandemic. Yeah, no one's wearing masks. They have They have started making their coffee in those huge thermos type coffee containers. I guess they will have to do away with their always fresh 20-minute slogan.
Oh, got him.
Got him. 3 exclamation points. Just saying, people, but don't worry, I still like Tim Hortons coffee the best. Wink. There's a wink in there. There is a wink in there. He keeps adding parentheses on one end and then not on the other end. I don't know what the fuck is up with this guy.
I always wink about coffee.
Yeah, he has to add the wink. And like, what?
You may have dumped it into a big barrel of crap and left it there for a long time and then poured it out into my cup and it doesn't taste the same, but I'll still drink it. Wink.
A wink. Like, what is the wink? The wink implies he's doing something else with this coffee to me. Like, what are you doing with this coffee here, Jay?
As drink in quotes. I'm still drinking.
He could be butt chugging it. He's pouring it down his dick hole. I don't know what the hell this guy's doing. I'm confused now. Don't add a wink like that into your saying Tim Hortons is the best. Is it not the best? Someone's saying it's a refreshing sip of Canada. Disgusting.
But it's not even a Canadian company.
Yeah, exactly. American now, you dumbass. I cannot find a bad fucking... Here we go. Finally. Jeez Louise. Son of a biscuit. This took forever. KW, 8 months ago, 76 reviews, 21 photos, 1 star. Went in around midnight, so we knew it was later. Place was dirty. People sleeping everywhere. Bathrooms were disgusting. Tried to order a steep tea. Got back to the hotel, and it was a coffee. They do even say, my fault for not checking.
I love it.
That's disgusting.
I fucking love she walks in there. Yeah. There's bum sleeping on the floor, just passed out and drunk. She like fucking goes to the washroom. There's fucking pads on the wall, stuck on the wall and shit.
A black light so people can't blow.
And then she goes up. She's like, I want a steep tea. And they're like, steep tea? What the fuck is that? Yeah. Let's just get her coffee.
Extra spit.
Coffee, extra spit. And they fucking give her coffee. She walks back to the fucking hotel.
Of course, it's too hot to drink. You can't test. You couldn't. I feel for her because you can't test it out right there. He'd burn the shit out of your mouth.
That is too funny. Classic.
Classic. The staff were rude and just talks amongst each other in their language. We'll never go back to Tim Hortons. Frowny face.
In their language. All right, bud.
Yeah, settle down.
Settle down with that shit.
Here's a good one. W, 16 reviews, 1 photo, 2 stars a year ago, Kelly. Well kept enough, but a few vagrants asleep at the table. We were not allowed to use their restroom later at night. This isn't my pleasant, and losses a lot of points for me on that. From me for that. Okay, interesting.
This isn't
my pleasant, and losses a lot. Not loses, losses.
Losses a lot.
Of points from me on that. From me for that. All right.
Okay.
Well, most places like that. Big cities, I'm sure America's like that too. We have it here in Vancouver, in McDonald's downtown. They aren't open at night. You know what I mean? There's a growing homeless problem, and for restaurants to stop them ODing in their bathrooms, they have to make it so the bathrooms can't be accessible to people. It's just the rules. Toronto is no different. All other major cities across North America will know it's the same thing too. You just gotta work with it. Like, it's a big deal. Like, you're going to Tim Hortons and you want to use the bathroom. Ugh.
Unfortunately, they're gonna have to install bathrooms on public streets and just have city workers that come around and clean them and shit. Cause like otherwise, you're just gonna have homeless fucking people shitting in whatever everywhere.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. At least, like, maybe even, like, install a panic button in case you fucking start ODing, so you're just not ODing out, like, in front of some kids at a park or something.
Yeah, I hear you on that. Exactly. That's much better than doing that than the other way. Exactly. Good call on that. But, obviously, it talks about a deeper problem that's wrong with cities and society and mental health, really. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. I'm just talking about like Band-Aids for huge.
Yeah, of course. That's not a terrible idea. You know what I mean? Because they have certain companies that come to your work and they come with like a fucking super sanitizing. There's like a little fucking wheelie thing.
Man. If you can open the door, just go whoosh and like
exactly,
spray it all out, you know what I mean?
Exactly. You know what I mean? Go door to door or each block, have a city worker come in, bathroom cleaning, just fucking hoses the fuck out of it and disinfects it. Have a nice day. He's in and out of there in 5 minutes, on to the next. Creates jobs. Why the fuck not?
Yeah, exactly.
Moving right along, though, here, Kelly. Enough about smart talk. Let's talk about idiots. Casey, 329 reviews, 219 photos, Kelly. 2 stars a year ago. I love Tim Hortons coffee, but if you are in this area, try finding a different place to get your coffee. When I went there was no central lineup. Instead, you choose which teller you think will get to you the fastest. That means that if you get behind someone that is ordering 5 bagels, you get to watch people who arrived after you get served first. If they went to another cashier, I felt this was frustrating. They also got my order wrong.
I mean... You ever been to like a grocery store?
Yeah, I know.
You kind of, take your chances with lineups.
Of course. Of course. I see what he's saying with the central lineup, though. Exactly. They all have like a central lineup. Exactly. Yeah. It is kind of weird that they don't have that. I'm sure this is pre-COVID, so they definitely have a central lineup now for COVID. Yeah. But
I don't know, because if you have like a line that's like just, like going back and forth, you're going to have people side by side and closer, right?
Yeah.
But even if you haven't, I don't even know. I don't understand. Yeah, I don't know how they do it.
A stupid thing to bitch about, because it's like, dude, you chose that line.
Yeah.
It's not the person's fault ahead of you that they want to order a lot of fucking food. Chill out. Your line sucked. Your choices suck. You went to Tim Hortons, so therefore you suck. Moving right along.
Long line of suckiness that led you down this path.
Oh, this is a good one. This is hilarious, Kelly. AR, 126 reviews, 16 photos. A year ago, 3 stars. It's a good place where to eat, but they don't give you ketchup. They just write message in a tissue to say, customers, there is no more ketchup. Is it unprofessional? No, I thought it would be. It is unprofessional, but it's seriously, is it unprofessional? Question mark with the thinky face. Is this unprofessional not to have ketchup? Hilarious.
Usually, put a note on a drive-through box.
Yeah.
That you talk to, and then I don't know.
What a big deal, though, to actually say you don't got ketchup. I'm upset. That is weird. It's like 10 pounds of sugar mixed with tomato paste. It's okay. But if they don't have ketchup, I'll be fine. You know what I mean? Like how that's what I love about this one, Kelly. They're so mad that they didn't have ketchup. That's what sets you over the top to review this shitty ass Tim Hortons. I love it.
She loves her ketchup.
Loves it.
She cannot eat fries without it.
I found it'll be that thing. It would only be like a hash brown or some shit. You know what I mean? Or they do have wedges. You're right. They do have wedges.
Do they? I don't even know. See, I don't fucking go to
I know.
I don't know.
Sucks.
I don't know.
NG1 review and new podcast newbie review. 5 stars 11 months ago. Stop by for a coffee. Decent place to chill and have a coffee overnight. That's it.
Wow.
Well said.
And
that was
you
well.
made an account to post that.
Yep, that was well deserved.
Wow. Okay. So, in case anybody doesn't know about Tim Hortons, that's a review.
What's so weird is that people, I'm not a huge coffee person. I drink coffee. I have no problem with it.
Yeah.
But I'm not like a Starbucks 2 times a day Starbucks person or something like that. So I don't know about this. Maybe you can comment on this a little better than me, Kelly. People drinking coffee at night. You know what I mean? What's up with that?
Well, I'm hypoglycemic, and if I drink coffee at night, it usually just puts me to sleep.
Oh, okay.
So I guess I don't know. I guess it depends on people. Oh, I get hypoglycemic rather.
Well, you got an excuse, you know what I mean? But it actually helps you. But I was like most people, I think it would fucking kick them right up into high gear again. Interesting. Or these people just drink coffee all day. They you know what I mean? It has no effect.
Yeah, man. One time I drank like 3 Red Bulls and passed out for like 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, man. I don't know what is up with that.
That is craziness.
So I don't know. I guess it depends on who it is. And other people, if you work night shift and shit like that.
Yeah. Night shift.
And it's maybe your break, and you just want to get coffee on your break.
It's terrible though. That's what I hated night shift for.
Yeah.
It's the worst. Well then, good job, Toronto, in disappointing me thoroughly, as I'm sure you always do to all your residents and anybody who comes to Canada thinking this is the best place on earth. They unfortunately step foot in your smelly, shitty town, and they are thoroughly disappointed and quickly leave. Usually, people leave and go to America. It can't be any worse. Can't be any worse than Toronto.
I love you, Toronto.
Let's do a little quick break here and do some commercials. We'll be right back after these brief messages. Tired of going to the store because they made you wear a mask? God dang it, I can't breathe in this thing. Can't get your quart of milk, America? Try buying a cow. Endless amounts of milk. And also they poop. You can do stuff with that as well. And you can do whatever you want with the milk. Wink. If you don't like going to the supermarket, go buy yourself a cow and shut the hell up. Cows are everywhere. Just go take them. No one's going to notice.
Wow.
Brought to you by the Milk Company.
Are you a retired professional athlete and you're spent all your money and you need a quick buck? Have we got the options for you? Come to Circle of Life Combat, where you can step in a circle and swing like bloody hell to make a paycheck.
Circle of Life.
Make money or get your face smashed in.
Either way, you'll get CTE if you didn't already have it before, football players. From us at the And Noob Podcast, with winter right around the corner, we just want to make sure everyone out there is going to be safe and happy this holiday season coming up here. With the American Thanksgiving going down in the States, make sure everyone is out there is drinking plenty of water. From Stephen and Kelly of the And Noob Podcast. Welcome back, folks. Hope you enjoyed our commercials and go grab yourself a cold, tall glass of water on the house. You know I'm talking tap water. Let's talk some video games. Getting through Diablo 2. I know we got quite the hiatus here, but getting through Diablo 2. I really liked the Kursk level. It was a lot of fun. Got through it. Made it to hell. Hell is tough as hell. No pun intended. It is tough down there. Crashed briefly, though. It was really a lot of fun. Fighting the different strategies you need to do. I died a few times, which is the first time I've died. So you're fighting these shaman dudes who are just like these two little like pygmy guys, one on the shoulder, but they blow flames. So if you get fucked up by their flame hard enough, it just messes the shit out of you. But it was a lot of fun. The dungeons were very maze-like in here. There was a lot of different dungeons, like sewer style, and I thought it was really the progression through this level. You start off in the jungle, and then you kind of more move to like an Aztec-y style area, Kelly, and where there's these labyrinths or like ancient pyramids and shit like that. So I thought that was kind of a cool touch. Making it to hell was pretty darn tough though. I had to fight Mephisto, which he was fucking super hard, and especially once you kill Mephisto, he's beatable in the beginning. But once you get his health down to basically nothing, he is smashing the fuck out of you. So that was a really hard battle, but finally beat him. And then you go with Azrael here, and I think that's the guy's name. I haven't played in about a week. And you go to the final level. Unfortunately, in hell, you don't get a buddy with you. So that kind of sucks. And I'm just finding in hell, man, is it tough? For the first part, there's really no. It's kind of like a wide open area too, and there's always the Diablo strategy, Kelly, is you use like a doorway, so you can only fight the enemies one at a time.
Yeah.
But the way the first part of hell is set up, there's no doorways at all. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of was bringing guys back, and they had like such a nasty team up of these dudes who are just constantly spitting out little guys. Next thing you know, you're surrounded and you can't move, and you're having a hard time hitting these little dudes because they're constantly jumping and switching and shit like that. So, and then there's these demon dudes who just straight up blow fire. So, and then there's these electric dudes too. So there was one hell of a mixture of dudes. It was just really hard. So I was constantly running back and forth. Finally, I found a spot in the middle. It was kind of like a 4-way door that I was using to fight off these hordes. And gear is really good. The experience is really good. But that's what I'm finding with the game. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to go back, Kelly, and keep playing. I'm level 28. So I think that's the thing. I think I have to go back through all the levels and just level up so I'm stronger and make it to the end. Or I think this is the point, obviously, where they want you to play with a buddy or something like that, right? Too. So maybe I'm kind of on a hiatus of the game right now too. Just time, really. I haven't had a ton of time. Been kind of spending more time playing games with my kids, to tell you the truth. So I've been playing a lot of Fortnite last few weeks with them. Haven't had a ton of fun. With both my son and daughter, so we're having tons of fun, doing the split screen thing with that. But a game, with obviously the Black Friday deals going down, getting Gang Beast. It was on for $10. Figured how the hell could I go wrong with $10, and it was definitely really worth it here, Kelly. A really fun little party game with the Human Fall Flats physic, but made by a different game than Humans Fall Flat, which is weird enough. It's more customizable. You can customize your dude to look however you like. There's obviously a ton of preset ones, but you have 3 different modes, Kelly, when you battle your other person. So you have a battle mode, you have wave mode, which you're just fighting waves of other people, then you have a soccer mode. The soccer mode kind of sucks because you really need 2-on-2 is really what you need. And that's about it. You just kind of move the ball, and it's weird physics. So you have your 2 arms, which you push right bumper, left bumper to put your arms out or to punch. So you can punch, you headbutt with B. There's keys obviously to pick the other person up and throw them off or incapacitate them and throw them off the edge, and to make them lose. And that's it. That's the basic structure of the game. But you can pick people up, throw them over. You can kick people. You can jump. You do, but the levels are insane. On the battle mode, the levels are insane. There's tons of different types of levels, different ways they want you to do shit. Some have mechanical stuff like elevators or cranes, or like one has like these grinders, like so you can throw people in like this meat grinder type of thing, different thing like that. So the elevator level is super fun because eventually every level has a time limit. There's a Ferris wheel limit too. There's a Ferris wheel level as well too. But every level has a time limit. Once that time limit on these mechanical ones, once it goes down to 30 seconds, something happens. Everything goes fast. Like the Ferris wheel starts spinning super super fast. The elevators start going up and down super quickly. So if you make it past that without anybody falling over or being tossed over, they obviously pick up the pace in order to kill you. It's a really, really fun little party game just to play for coach co-op. I find it's very, very, I think that's the thing at the end of the day. It's just a game to play with your family, and I find no matter what, win or lose, we are usually pissing ourselves laughing afterwards because it's just so silly, and just how you can get these like last second fingertip grabs, and you can climb in it too, to avoid your enemy from grabbing you and tossing you over, and then playing the waves is a lot of fun too. Battling against a computer as a team, so you're not just battling against each other. So it's for $10, very well worth it. Any more than that, I wouldn't buy the game for $30. I'll tell you that much. But $10, what a purchase. Another game that's the prices kind of went down low and stayed low now. Stardew Valley I bought as well. They apparently have the couch co-op update coming out for it soon, so it'll be split screen allowable on that. So that's basically the main reason why I bought that game. It was only $16 as well. Stardew Valley, I've always loved the Harvest Moon games. I'm just gonna be honest, man, they're great games. The newer ones have been a bit too childish for me to really play. That I don't really find that fun. But this one is a bit more of everything. Stardew Valley is a bit more of everything. Haven't really got to play. I played a little bit of it. My kids are loving playing it though. The update isn't out yet. But when the update does come out, I'll at least have the game so we can play split screen co-op and have a lot of fun doing that. It's a good mixture of like kind of Terraria mixed with Harvest Moon and sprinkled in with a little bit of Minecraft. It's an amazing little game, and I can't wait to actually delve into it and play it. What about you, Kelly? What'd you get up to this week, man?
Just a lot of Apex Legends. I've been playing just on a PC. So far, I started all new on the PC because I was playing on the Xbox before. So far, I only have Watson and Loba unlocked.
Oh, okay.
I still have to like work my way up.
Right. So you went with Loba.
Yeah, Loba. Nice. I like playing with Loba just because of her little ring thing. It usually comes in handy, and especially in the new map Olympus. It's like a huge map, and there's tons of things where it's like just climbing walls and things like that. So it's easier just to throw the little ring up. Actually, the new Apex Legends name is Horizon.
Oh,
and,
cool.
She works really good with the new map because she basically works with gravity. Her abilities, she has a gravity lift basically every 15 seconds. She can throw down this little gravity lift where it basically reverses gravity and lifts her into the air, or anybody else who uses it as well.
Okay, wow.
Lift you into the air. Her passive is called Spacewalk. If she falls from a really long distance, usually it takes a little bit to start running again, but she can start running right away. And then her main, it's not that great. It's called Black Hole. Basically, what it does is just she throws this like grenade type deal, and it sucks everything towards it. So you can kind of shoot people that are getting sucked towards it. I haven't seen anybody use it in a situation where it helped recently, because like usually you can get away from it pretty easily.
Really?
Like, it sucks you a little bit, but
lame.
if you like just run the other direction, you can still get away from it. If anything, maybe it just might affect your gameplay style somewhat during the battle, but that's only if they're close enough. Like most of the time people throw it from a distance and then try to shoot people that get sucked towards it, but most people don't even get really sucked towards it.
They gotta change that. Why the hell would you want? Yeah, make it way stronger. Can you get sucked into it? Like if you throw it too close to you?
Yeah, everybody has.
That's terrible.
Yeah. I don't think it's the greatest, but her lift comes in handy, like super handy, just because she can use it like every 15 seconds or so.
Wow.
And I've seen people use it like in a whole bunch of like combat situations. So maybe because her, her first ability is so good that her ultra maybe isn't as good.
Okay, that makes sense. To kind of even her out a little bit with it.
Yeah, but I've seen a lot of people using her now.
Really?
She's pretty popular. I think the most popular people that I've seen people use right now is what's his name? Bloodhound.
Okay.
They buffed him so he has like a super long scan radius.
Really?
Plus he can use it was Pathfinder's old thing where he could use these little things to find out where the next ring is. Where now Bloodhound can use those too. And then on top of that, when he uses his Ultra, where you can see people in thermal, he actually runs faster than Octane with his ability.
Wow.
Like, he runs super
fast. No wonder everyone's using him.
Yeah, so a lot of people using him. A lot of people using Lifeline. A lot of people still using Wrath or whatever her name is. Yeah, I think those are like the main people being used right now. That like in every game, people are gonna pick that. Gibby's being used a lot now. because he has that big shield dome.
Yep.
And you can like heal really fast in that. A lot of people are using that because Olympus is so big and there's so many levels that like you can actually set it down and take a lot cover more than you used to be able to in the old maps. Yeah, so I'm really getting used to the new map. It's a enormous map, and it has like a huge portal in the middle. One that shoots you straight up into the air, where you can glide anywhere. Crazy. And another one that shoots you onto the other side of the map. Yeah, it's an enormous map, and there's these big vehicles too, to like glider vehicles or whatever.
Really,
people can get in them because the map's so big that you can actually use vehicles to go towards the middle of the map now.
Crazy.
I've seen people actually. There's a video of somebody getting like a sniper shot off one of these vehicles.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That would be super tough. Are they on like a track? Like they just travel in like one direction?
No, you can drive them anywhere.
Wow.
Yeah. You can't hit people with them and kill them and stuff like that. But and there's no weapons on them. But you can use your own weapons on them.
Cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. I think it was a good addition because the map was so big. I didn't like the huge map at first, but now that I'm getting used to it, I think it's okay.
Like the quick traveling.
Yeah.
With it. Ah, cool.
I'm more used to like smaller maps where you can kind of like learn everything pretty easily. This one, like it's just enormous.
That's what kind of like Fortnite does feel like it does. It is a smaller map.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Really, it is quite large, but it is at the end of the day, it is pretty small.
Yeah. So I'm on silver right now.
Nice.
I'm almost gold on the rankings again. I think after that it goes just like platinum, some diamond, and then master or something like that.
Whoa.
So yeah, it's a little ways to go. Still.
Are you still playing with the controller?
Still playing with the controller.
Nice.
I'm still getting. Well, they basically when you play ranked, they kind of place you with people that they think are around your skill level. So I've been doing okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm actually not bad at Fortnite now. Still, the building concept is not something I do. That's what I'm finding that when it comes, especially when it comes down to the like being right in the center, everyone just builds up like crazy.
Yeah.
But I got the odd victory royale. But I got just me and my daughter as duos one day. We got like second 4 times in a row. I was like, son of a bitch. You know what I mean? It was coming down to the last person every single time, too.
You know, Gears 5 is on sale everywhere.
Yeah, I know.
Even on PC, it's like $13.
Wow.
I don't know if it's like, I played all the other Gears a long time ago. I don't know if I want to play through another one, like if it's good or not.
It's
like,
free on Xbox Ultimate, too. So they just want people playing it, yeah. And the New Day, wrestling tag team.
Sorry, I didn't.
No worries.
Is it like online, like competitive play?
I don't know.
That'd be the big question for me.
I know my buddies really play the hell out of it. I didn't mind the multiplayer. I thought it was pretty fun.
Yeah.
But I never really got into the game, to tell you the truth. You know, like I had it. Like I said, I had it on Xbox Ultimate. I got number 4 when it was free, and I played some of it. It's okay. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. I got nothing bad to say about the game. It just never really hooked me like other games. I'm not a huge first-person shooter fan to begin with. I like first-person shooters. But, you know what I mean? This was the third-person shooter, really. You know what I mean? I don't know. There's nothing bad about it. I just never really got into it.
Like, back in the day, my favorite 2 franchises were Uncharted and Gears of War. And those were, like, both third-party, like, over-the-shoulder type shooters. Not similar at all, though. Other than
none at all, yeah.
So, I didn't know if I know they destroyed Halo with the, like, after I think it was Halo ODST, the next one they didn't include Bungie, and it was like you could totally tell in the game that Bungie wasn't involved. So I didn't know if it was like the Gears franchise was the same.
Could have been.
Or if
could have
been.
Was
good.
I can see that.
They did the same thing to Command and Conquer too. It was like a new Command and Conquer after a new studio took over, and it was just garbage.
I hate when games do that. You know what I mean?
Leave this. If a studio's fucking winning, why would you take them off the game?
Absolutely. Different bids, I guess, or maybe did they go under or something, or didn't want it, or something. Maybe it was a long contract got expired. Exactly. It's super shitty. No, exactly. Especially when it's a game you really like, a series you really like, and they get built by somebody else, and it's terrible.
Same thing happened to Call of Duty. When it switched to like all the jetpack shit.
Yeah.
It was just
no one liked it.
Yeah. It's like it's not even Call of Duty anymore.
But the Xbox, man, oh man, does this ever suck? You know what I mean? You can't fucking find them anywhere. People getting robbed and bear maced, selling them for like basically $950 or $1,000 a pop. You know what I mean? Like, son of a bitch.
It's hard for me to feel sorry for someone who
bought
of
course
an Xbox just to resell.
What a piece of shit.
Yeah, thinking that they actually deserve that money somehow because they stood in line first.
Yeah, they have like no job. They're already loaded as it is. They wasted 4 hours getting it, and then they're gonna make like a $400 profit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want violence on anybody, but it's hard for me to feel sorry for those people.
I want violence on those people. I'm joking, of course.
Oh man.
No, it sucks. You know what I mean? The PlayStation, Xbox is absolutely ungettable anywhere.
Yeah.
I know my brother got one.
Yeah.
But he got lucky. He said one of the orders got canceled. He just the second he was looking, the order got canceled, and for somebody else, and boom, he got it right away. So I know somebody has one, but getting one, I don't know, man.
I don't know if it matters. Like, what game are you gonna play?
It's true. That's what I was kind of telling myself too. There's you know what I mean. I know that Cyberpunk's coming out, but Cyberpunk will be out on Xbox as well.
Yeah, I wonder if it's gonna be like if you buy it on Xbox in general, like you'll own it on all the consoles.
I think that's how it's going now.
Yeah, because if it's not, that would suck. I know you had to buy like a new one when you like a new Grand Theft Auto 5 when you went from PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4, Xbox 360 to
really,
Xbox One. You had to buy a brand new copy. So, but you could transfer your progress.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So I don't know if it was gonna be like that, which would really suck. Like you're gonna spend like another $80 on a fucking game. But at the same time, like it probably would be worth it if you loved the game.
Let's hope it goes on your account, on your Xbox account. You know what I mean? Like with the games you've downloaded, obviously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you know, like I really can't see a reason why anybody would need to upgrade right now because there's no clear like AAA must-have game that's only for the Xbox Series X.
Exactly. Cyberpunk's gonna be good. But still, you know what I mean? If there's no system to play it on, like you said, I'm pretty sure it's coming out on Xbox as well.
And I'm getting it on PC anyway.
Yeah, so. Exactly. You made the smart choice. I'm thinking about it. I can't buy the fucking system.
Yeah. I mean, you can get a pretty good gaming laptop for $1,000.
Yeah.
Actually a really good one.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's $1,000, right? How much is the new Xbox? Like 600.
600. You know, tax and everything.
Yeah, you could get like a mid-range gaming PC for 600.
Yeah.
I don't know. Tough call.
Exactly. But it's just shitty. You can't fucking find them. That's what I'm upset about. How can you not have fucking just plowed the shit out of making these things?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everyone's in quarantine right now. Huge flop for Xbox and a huge flop for PlayStation.
Yeah. Well, PlayStation did send out a tweet saying that they had tons of stock on the way.
Yeah.
So hopefully that is true.
Yeah.
But I think Xbox, Microsoft, pretty quiet right now.
They have been. Exactly. I think Xbox has fumbled this one the worst.
Yeah. They're going to lose a lot of sales to
tons, because people are going to be like, well, I'm not going to wait around for an Xbox if there's nothing to buy. I'm going to buy a PlayStation.
Yeah, I wonder what the mindset was on that. Like, maybe they thought because people weren't working that they couldn't afford them. I don't know.
Nah, stupid mindset.
Yeah.
Real shitty, but I can't wait to get one. Either way. But let's move along to some boxing and MMA. Let's talk about Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. Not bad. Like I said, I went in with the lowest of low expectations. Thought it was going to be a joke. I thought it was going to be like, why am I even going to sit around and watch this? You know what I mean? Obviously, the Jake Paul fight was a knockout, and it was something he went viral more than he was already. You know what I mean? He beat up a dude who had looked to me like no boxing skill.
Yeah.
And was a former NBA. He was an NBA star. Nate Robinson was an NBA star. So that's what I thought was weird about it.
It almost looked like he was trying to dunk every time he threw his fist. You know, and he just lunge in. And then if he missed or overswung, he would just hold.
Tie him up instantly.
And then it would just keep stepping. And then the ref was like, hey man, what are we doing here? Like, you can't just keep grabbing each other and holding each other. And then immediately after, swing and hold. Like,
yeah,
that was
exactly.
Like the whole game plan. And on his way in on one of those slam dunks, that's when he got caught.
Yeah, he got caught. He got knocked loopy.
Well, first time he's like, he thought he got hit in the back of his head. He got knocked down. He was like, he was pointing his back of his head and stuff. I don't think it was back of his head. And then I'm not sure if they ever actually played the replay there. And then the second time, it was just like out, man.
Yeah, exactly. Face out, exactly. One thing is I want to see Jake Paul's piss test. That's one thing. This dude looks like he is on so much steroids right now.
Yeah.
He looks jacked like to the shit, like for how scrawny of a dude he is.
More than a pictogram.
Yeah, I want to see his piss test. You know what I mean? And the dude, he's actually, as stupid as this guy is and everything, he's smart actually. At the end of the day, he's just calling out celebrities.
Yeah.
He just wants to fight celebrities. Yeah. What a good gig to go with. You're knocking all these other celebrities. Hey, you're boxing, you're having fun. Your brother's a YouTube star. You guys were YouTube stars, and you made your millions off of that. And so you decided to go train and be a boxer and beat up all these other celebrities. Yeah. That's not terrible. Stupid, maybe. You know what I mean? Calling out Dylan Dennis. You know what? And everyone's like, oh, no, he's calling out an MMA fighter. He's calling out Dylan Dennis. Dylan Dennis is a jiu-jitsu guy. He's not a good striker. He's a great black belt in jiu-jitsu. He's one of the best.
Good call.
He's one of the he's one of the best guys in jiu-jitsu in the world, not boxing. And then to say he wants to fight Conor McGregor. Oh, no, he's calling out Conor McGregor. Everyone calls out Conor McGregor. You can listen back to a ton of my shows. I've called out Conor McGregor time and time again. All the time. I straight up fight Conor McGregor I'll fight him tonight.
Boxing, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, sumo,
you fucking
ultimate frisbee, whatever you want.
In a parking lot of Tim Hortons. Let's do it. I just want to make sure the check gets cashed first. You know what I mean? But like I said, the guy's actually smart. The guy, this roid monkey from Tallahassee, is actually pretty smart. And he gets a huge victory. Really, at the end of the day, he gets a huge knockout, and he was the most posterizing picture of the fight. Really,
yeah.
Faceplant KO. Then brings us the main event. You know what I mean? It wasn't bad. It actually wasn't bad. I was smack talking. I'll be on the first one here to say it. Especially me and Morgan. We're going back and forth. I was smack talking the shit out of this card. You know what I mean? It was actually pretty cool. The Snoop concert, you know, Wiz Khalifa, you know what I mean? Just everyone smoking weed. You know, Mike Tyson saying he smoked weed before the fight too.
Yeah. That's
cool as shit. That's super cool as shit. And the final match wasn't terrible. Mike Tyson actually kept it competitive. You know, Roy Jones Jr. actually looked okay too. Mike Tyson looked quick. He lands actually some decent shots. I didn't think they were going to land any decent shots. Mike Tyson actually landed a handful of good shots. They looked quick. They slowed down a little bit. You know what I mean? But they're older dudes, so I gave them the benefit of the doubt when it came to that. And it wasn't terrible. No. It honestly wasn't bad. I had like I said, my expectations were super low, and it wasn't bad actually. You know what I mean? So, would I want to see another one? I'll watch another one. I'll watch another one for sure. And you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Celebrity style fights. You know what I mean? Like you said, Kelly. He you know, called out Evander Holyfield afterwards. You know what I mean? So, you know, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
With this, what did you think? Did you like it?
I loved it, man.
Yeah.
I was excited for a fight again. Like I haven't been excited, especially for a boxing match. Probably since like Conor McGregor, just because I thought Conor was gonna get knocked out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't really got excited like this for like in a long time for a big fight, and you know, just like the anticipation of watching Mike Tyson fight again. It was just like it was chilling. It was awesome. It was like nostalgic. It was awesome.
Huh. Yeah, no, I hear you, man. Everyone was talking about it. Everyone was talking about it. I totally hear you.
Yeah, everybody at my work too, man. They're talking about the Tyson fight coming up. Like, I'll get home to the Tyson fight.
And, you know, at the end of the day, it was for charity. So let's hope. I know Tyson got paid. Roy Jones Jr. got paid. All the fighters got paid.
Yeah.
And a lot of them went to charity too, which, you know what I mean? If they raise a ton of money for different charities, especially right now, when charities need as much as they can get, I say go for it. I like it. I like it a lot. But I was hating on it. Like I said, I was hating on it, and it was good. I'll be the first to admit that I was wrong. I was 100% wrong.
I think I got excited when I saw like Tyson training.
Yeah, no, he was looking good in his training. That's for damn sure.
And like he was looking like pretty ripped, like old man ripped.
And let's see if it actually turns into actual boxing matches. You know what I mean?
Man, I'd love to see him like fight like Fedor or something.
That would be huge. I'd watch that.
Yeah, man.
I'd totally watch that.
Boxing though.
Yeah.
It has to be boxing.
Yeah, of course.
It's fucking Tyson. You don't take Tyson out of his
no. It's like they stomp your feet. Moving right along, let's talk some UFC on ESPN 18. Smith versus Clark.
I missed all of it for the Tyson fight.
Wow.
I'm just watching it.
It was okay. It wasn't a great card. For these free cards, I was hoping it was going to really be crazy. It wasn't great. There was a lot of finishes, but there was a lot of, obviously, there was only 10 fights, though, Kelly. A lot, obviously, in the main event. Going down due to COVID. There was another fight that went down to COVID, and another fight that was dude weighed in overweight. So a lot of fights weren't on this one. I didn't do too good on my bets, but it wasn't terrible. I'm only going to give it like a C though, C plus.
Glad I missed it then.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
How was it main? Oh, I guess you'll talk about it.
Yeah. I watched the whole thing too. I watched the thing from top to bottom too because there was only 10 fights. Gina Mazzani with a big liver kick over Rachel Ostovich. Ostovich, basically saying before this one too, saying if she loses, she will retire from MMA in 4-6. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? I'm reading between the lines here too. I bet you she's making a lot of money on Instagram, and I wouldn't doubt if she started an OnlyFans page. And she's probably making more money with those two social media avenues than getting her head punched in ever did.
And I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's not only her decision that's leading her to the retirement thing.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Exactly. You don't want to, you're going to have a career on your looks. You don't want to get your face rearranged.
But like, is UFC really going to just like, oh yeah, I can just keep signing your contract when you keep losing, and then are you going to become a free agent with a fucking like losing streak? Yeah,
exactly. 4-6. Yeah. Exactly. You got to hang him up. That's her third loss in a row too. She just wasn't that great of a fighter. You know what I mean? She was okay, but she really wasn't that great. She had that armbar submission in her UFC debut over really a nobody, and then loses two actual fighters. She actually lost to Paige Van Zant too. That's never good. Lost to Montana De La Rosa, all finishes too, and then the liver kick. She was looking good against Gina Manzani, but that liver kick really, really messed her up. And 4-6, just just go be a beautiful woman and make money that way. Anderson Dos Santos getting a slick guillotine choke over Martin Day. That was a good one. Jonathan Pierce versus Kai Kamaka. TKO with punches in the end of the fight there. It was kind of a weird one because they were both kind of gassed out. They went on a high pace, kind of gassed out, and Kai there just had nothing left in the tank. Norma Dumont with a big win over Ashley Evans Smith. Did you see you didn't watch it at all then, did you, Kelly? The referee, Jason Herzog, it was very weird. And Norma Dumont she doesn't have full mount, but she is in like I think she had like she was in like the quarter guard, so one leg in between Ashley Evans Smith's leg.
Okay.
And I didn't even notice, but it looked like her bra was starting to go up, like her whatever the heck you call the UFC uniform for women.
Yeah.
Her top was starting to go up, and Jason Herzog stops the fight and then rearranges her bra. So I thought it was like the weirdest thing. Like hold on a second, and then he's like shimmying her bra down. Like it was a bit weird.
Is that part of reffing?
That's what I was saying. That's what I was thinking. I don't think that goes into
like maybe you stop the fight and say, "Hey, do you want to fix your equipment?"
Yeah,
but.
Yeah. For him to shimmy it down. It was very weird.
That's like adjusting someone's jock strap.
Pretty much. Well. It was kind of weird. But Norma Dumont, getting the big win, after, coming out and saying she was going to beat everybody up and losing her first UFC fight against Megan Anderson. She gets now her actual first win. It looks good doing it in a 3-round beatdown over Ashley Evans Smith. Who Ashley Evans Smith, I think, has got to be on her way out as well. Yeah, that's her second loss. She lost to Andrea KJB Lee. She has a win over Beck Rawlings, but really Beck Rawlings isn't a great fighter either. Lost to Sarah Morais and Ketlin Vieira too. So she really can't hang with the top contenders. That's she's 1-5 or sorry 1-4 in her last 5 fights. That's not good to have in the UFC. They still need talent, but still with a record like that, it's just not great numbers. And she's only 6-5 too. Not a great record overall. Bill Algeo taking Spike Carlisle into deep water, just kind of wearing Spike Carlisle out a lot. I think Spike kind of came out with a slower style in the beginning, trying to conserve his energy, and then dumped his load in the second round, and then had nothing left in the third. Bill Algeo was super lanky dude, and just was the better fighter. Had more in the gas tank come the third round. Didn't look great, but he looked okay. You know what I mean? But he gets a big comeback win, and Spike Carlisle takes another huge loss. Parker Porter getting the huge upset over Josh Parisian. Oh man. Parker Porter, for a heavyweight, he didn't look great, but he had a crazy, constantly in-your-face style that Josh Parisian had to deal with and really couldn't. Two very similar style builds of dudes. Parisian a bit more of a flashy striker and a bit taller, but Porter just was not letting up, taking shots and constantly coming back in his face and really owning the third round and winning the first round. And Josh Parisian, that was my biggest bet on the night too, and I lost that one terribly. And we see the probably the best fight of the night actually was Miguel Baeza versus Takashi Sato. That was actually a really good fight. Sato, coming off a few big KOs. Baeza coming off that huge win over Matt Brown, and getting it done again. This Baeza guy is slowly making noise here in this division here, and he's got the size. He's 170. I think he could bulk up a little bit. But a dude's undefeated. Carmel Thunder 10-0. Huge win for him. And that brings us to the interim main event of the night. Anthony Lionheart Smith taking on Devin Clark. Anthony Smith getting a huge win. Didn't look great. No, it was quick. But gets a huge triangle win. Goes on the ground. Devin Clark was super sloppy on the ground. Devin Clark getting the big takedown, and then Anthony getting back up. Anthony Smith has a super sweet takedown, goes down, and then Devin Clark reverses it and gets the beautiful triangle choke. Devin Clark was just super lazy with it. There was all this hype behind Devin Clark before this one, and I think a lot of people counted out Anthony Smith. I think Devin Clark was one of those people as well, and we see him tap out. It was pretty sloppily put on there. It was super tight. And once he got it on, it was over. But Devin Clark did not see it coming at all. He did not see the triangle coming at all, and it was coming from a mile away. And once it was locked in, Anthony Smith is a huge dude. Yeah, you can't let a huge dude like that crank on you with his legs. You know what I mean? Anyone's going to go down, and Devin Clark had no choice but to tap right in the first round. It's always funny because every time on the weekends when I'm always watching fights at home, and my kids are always like, oh, how much, because they always want to play video games with them. They're like, how much time is left on the fights? I'm like, well, it could be 1 minute or it could be 30 minutes. I don't know. Yeah. It all depends. And this one was only 2.5, so my kids were happy. They're
like, yay, we like him.
Exactly. So that was funny part about it, but not bad. See, a card ravage with the main event out. They still put on something. And it wasn't super terrible, but like I said, I'm only giving it a C. Whew, hot tamales. Glad to be back in the saddle again here, Kelly. Had a lot to get off my chest here. That's what I love about this, doing the show with you, my homie. Just kind of venting, just talking about shit, and just getting it all off my chest to all you people out there listening. Really appreciate it. Everyone tuning in. Week after week, we're back at it here again, and new podcast. We ain't going anywhere. Only getting better and stronger. The organic evolution of this show is never going to stop. Check us out on Twitter at And New Podcast. Check us out on YouTube. But most of all, check us out on Spotify. They're really killing it on Spotify. And special thanks goes to all of our Spotify fans out there tuning in week after week. Back with more content here for you all here. And next week will be in December. And with Christmas right around the corner. That wraps it up. For producer extraordinaire and my good buddy Kelly, my name is Steven, and you've been listening to the